Google Drive works fine in automations until you try to automate large files. You get problems with like redirect links, virus scan pages, file size limits. In this video, I'll show you how to use Cloudflare R2 with n8n to upload large videos, get clean public URLs, and stop fighting Google Drive entirely. Quick little bonus, if you do use Google Drive, which I do to manage files, you can incorporate Google Drive and Cloudflare, so you can manage your files on your phone in Google Drive and then use this S3, upload a file to be able to get around the problem. The problem that I ran into is uploading to social media with Blotato was working fine when I was posting short AI clips. Typically these clips are really short, so I wasn't having a problem. I started using this to post longer videos that I had recorded, and I was getting intermittent faults in the workflow where sometimes it was failing to upload. And shout outs to Sabrina here. She got back to me in the support chat. She said it's Google Drive's problem. Normally have this problem when it's larger files. So shout out to Sabrina, really helpful. Blotato is a great tool. If you're going to use it for posting larger video files, and this is the way to get around it. I'm going to go through step by step how you set all of this up. I've got an on-form submission here, and all I've done inside this form is I've created a thing so you can upload media. So it's quite simple, just a form with a media file upload. If you were going to use the submission form and you wanted to upload across different social media platforms like that, you could build on this, put in some captions and other stuff that you wanted to do. Ultimately, whatever your input is, if it's a large file, then we can do this. What I do in one of my workflows, I download the file from Google Drive and then I upload it to S3 and then upload it to Blotato. That gives me a clean, publicly accessible URL, which is what we need to be able to use the Blotato API. So we're going to run through this step by step. There's a few things we need to do to get this set up. The first thing we need to do is head over to Cloudflare. Once you've set up an account, you'll see down the left hand side here a lot of different options. We want to find storage and databases, and then R2 object storage, and then click on overview. First thing to do, click on manage, and we need to create an API token, and then we can connect this to n8n. So we can give it object read and write, click create. Now before you click off the screen, we need to get the information that's on here. It does disappear, only gets shown once for security reasons. And on that note, never share the information that you see on the screen with anybody else. They will be able to access your storage. I'm going to be deleting this at the end of the video. We'll start off with the access key ID, copy that, head over to n8n, and then this S3 node, upload a file. What we need to do is just click create new credential, access key ID, we'll paste that in there. Secret access key, paste that in there. Toggle force path style to on, and then leave this switched off. For the endpoint, and then region, n8n just wants a placeholder, something to call that. Give it a name, click save. Credential successfully created. Head back over to Cloudflare. We can click finish on there now. Next we need to create a bucket. So we click on create bucket. I'm going to call it demo, automatic and standard on them. Click create. See at the top here we've got public access disabled. Well, we need publicly accessible URLs. So where we change that, just head over onto settings, public URL, click enable, type allow. Now we've got this public development URL. I'm going to copy that, head back to n8n, and in this set node, I'm going to paste that /. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's run this now up to this point. As I've got some pinned data in there, so there's a video just to make it quicker for the video. And when we open this up, we can see that we've got our binary data come in here, binary. Now to set this node up, once we've set up our credential, we need to set this to File, Upload, and then the bucket name, we just give it Demo. And then the file name, this, if you click on Schema, and with that file name, we can drag and drop that. And it's a binary file. Toggle this on. And then the input binary field, if on your form you'd call this something different, I mean, it might need to change this, but oops, that's the title at the top that we see there. Oh, and one last thing, we can see that there was success. So if we head back over, give this a refresh, and there we have it. That's that file uploaded. The next thing we need to do is to build that URL. Just a minute ago, we pasted in this link. What we need to do to make this work every run, we need a dynamic value in there. And the value that we're looking for is back on the on-form submission on the left. And then we just take the file name, drop that in there. Once you've got your Blotato account set up and you're connected to your credential there, media, upload. Now this URL, see if we open this up, which is the public URL, that's from the set node previously. There we have it. There's the URL where our video lives. You can test this, you can copy and paste that into a browser. You should be able to go straight to that video. If it does come up with a 404 or access not granted, any problems you got with that, normally it's that you haven't enabled the public URL setting. Head back over to Cloudflare for that. If we just execute this step now, and then we've got success. So that's great, now we have it uploaded to Blotato servers. I can't click play across this next section because it will post that video across all of the social media platforms, which I don't want to do at the moment. I've already posted the video that I'm using on this. Okay, some other options that you've got, of course, we can change the input, and the way that I work it on a different workflow is I download it. So instead of this on-form submission, let's just clear this out. Now we've seen that work. What we could do, and the way I work it if you're using Google Drive, is that I've got a folder on Google Drive, and then any videos that I want posted to social media, I put into that folder. And then once they're in that folder, I've got a button which triggers this webhook. That then searches the file, and if there's anything in there, it will download it. And once it's downloaded, it will upload it here, set the URL, and then go through. Blotato will be able to see it because from this download file, this is actually downloaded in a binary file, and then you're uploading that binary into the S3. You've got the publicly accessible URL. Blotato, it does support binary, but this is a solution for if you're using larger file sizes. And one other thing that I do, so if you want to continue the workflow after you've posted, I use this code node just to set the fields. Maybe you want to keep a record of everything. I used a database in Notion, so I'll just update the database, and then the file that's in here that's just been posted, I then use Google Drive node move a file just to get that out. Hope you found this video useful. Again, shout out to Sabrina for the support there on Blotato and steering me in the right direction to use an S3 bucket. That solution worked perfectly well. Thank you very much. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, subscribe, hit the notification bell.